Welcome to our TST Dialogues, where we'll be talking about different issues in our Southern African region. And today we are talking about malaria, and I'm joined here with a team from Elimination Aid from here in Namibia. They will introduce themselves. Welcome to Dialogues.
Thank you.
Okay, maybe I'll start with you, sir.
Yes, my name is John Chimumbwa, and I am the director for the Elimination Aid. I originally come from Zambia, but very happy to be living in Namibia. Thank you.
Welcome, Mr. John.
Yeah, thank you so much. My name is Bongani Dlamini. I am from the Kingdom of eSwatini. I am the acting head of country operations.
Oh, welcome, Bongani. And you, sir?
I'm Chadwick Sikaala. I'm the vector control specialist, stroke entomologist. I also come from Zambia.
Oh, wow. Welcome, Zadek. Most people have been wondering what Elimination Aid is all about, what inspired the establishment of the organization, its vision, its mission, objectives, and goals. So maybe I'll direct this one to you, Mr. John.
Thank you so much. And I think to define what E8 is about is just to go back a bit in time. We all know about malaria. We all know that malaria affects the whole population. We all know that malaria kills. And most importantly, we all know that malaria is completely treatable and completely preventable. And all the countries, in earnest and in honest, they have been trying to put resources against malaria and to eliminate it. But so far, they have all failed. For the simple reason that malaria occurs in spaces which one country cannot completely reach. There are those cross-border areas where you can control malaria, but it keeps on coming from your neighbor. So the sub-region decided to come together and say, how do we deal with those contiguous spaces which one country cannot deal with alone? How do we coordinate the activity so that what is happening on this side of the border is also happening across the border? And this renders itself very well with the global movement to roll back malaria, which talks about coordination at local level, at regional level, at international level, and at all levels. All the partners come together and work on one platform to deal with malaria. And this is how Elimination Aid came into being. The aid part is the 8 Southern African countries, starting from Angola, Botswana, Namibia, South Africa, Zambia, eSwatini, and Zimbabwe, to say if they work together, they saw hope that they would eliminate malaria in time. And beyond that, they created the E8 Secretariat as the platform on which to coordinate all these actions across all the countries to deal with malaria. And it has 5 objectives of work. The first one is basically to coordinate all the activities across the region. The second one is to try and mobilize resources and keep resources against malaria sustained over a long period of time until malaria is eliminated. The third one is ensuring that the malaria remains high on the agenda, as has been agreed by all the ministers of all the 8 countries, and heads of state have signed a declaration here in Namibia, in Windhoek, to say they are committed to eliminating malaria until there is no more transmission. Then there are the elements that deal with ensuring that we sustain coverage of interventions in all the countries. Beyond that, the sub-region's role is to make sure that they are using information to make decisions so that we are not shooting in the dark, but we are using data for decision making. And the E8 governance structure is made up of 8 ministers of health. Their permanent secretaries form the next layer, and they have an independent board that looks after the secretariat. The secretariat is the engine room to drive all these activities. So in a nutshell, that is the background to what Elimination Aid is about. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for such a detailed information, Mr. John. But maybe if you could tell our audience, like you said, it's 8 countries involved, but where is the headquarters of Elimination 8?
Fortunately, the headquarters of Elimination 8 is right here in Namibia, in Windhoek. And we are smack in the middle of the city. Anybody is welcome to visit our offices. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for that.